Did I just record the entire video with 30 minutes worth of footage without the mic on? Yes. Hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My grandma came out of her room today and she handed me this beautiful stack of photos from when they lived in the Philippines. This was when my mom and my uncles were kids, so this was around like the 80s, and my grandma was like, can you see what you can do with these? And I thought it would be a fun video to do. I am by no means like a professional at retouching photos, but you know, I did do a semester of design and we spent a solid 2 days talking about how to retouch, so nonetheless, today I'm going to be retouching this image. There's something that I really love about this image and I wanted to try to edit it. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I already filmed this and I already edited the photo, but I totally trashed what I did and I'm going to restart. I am a fool. I am constantly proving how much of a fool I am each week that I upload a video. I'm gonna start with color balance. Obviously, the biggest issue in this image is how warm and sepia toned it is. Is that the right way to say it? Please don't come at me. So I'm gonna combat that by just adding the most cyan as possible to the midtones. And that's it. I feel like a good thing to do is like go to the extremes and see the difference. I kind of like how it looks with a little bit more blue. So here's before and after. Very cool. I feel like this image is really dull and I kind of want to keep some of the dullness. Like I don't want to make it like overly saturated that it looks modern, if you know what I mean. I'm just gonna go through each of the colors and see how it looks. So red is a prominent color in this picture. Well, not prominent, but it's definitely one of the more saturated colors that comes through. Don't want to do that. Okay, I kind of like the warmth that that's adding, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. Magenta. Looking at this is fun because I definitely see my grandma in her mom. Okay, so let's see what that's doing so far. Okay, it's adding some contrast back, which is cool. I feel like my method is a little bit haphazard, like I don't know what I'm doing and I'm just slapping filters around and whatnot, which is kind of true. Okay, so again, I got rid of like that unnatural reddish tint that's going on. So the biggest issues with this image was initially the sepia tint and then the fact that there's like some motion blur going on. I can't really do much with that except add an unsharp mask, and then there's like a bunch of like discoloration, like you can see it here. Some of it's like lint and dust, and then there's like some water spots like here. So I'm just gonna go through and get rid of those. So what I learned in my 1 week of retouching in design is how important layers are. So I made a new layer. So now I'm just gonna go through and fix some of the dust spots. Like I mentioned earlier, like I'm not trying to get the image perfect. I just want to get rid of the things that would distract from the image itself. While I'm doing this, I will talk about the scanner settings that I used when I was scanning this in. So I have an Epson Perfection V550 photo scanner. I love it. It scans film, it scans images, it scans documents. It's super easy to use. Is it sponsored? No. Do I wish it was? Yes. Is there an Epson sponsorship? I've never heard of that. Anyway, that's a scanner that I use, and I use the Epson Scan 2 software. And when I do that, I make sure to use the highest DPI that was available. It does take a lot longer to scan, but not enough to deter me from using it. The main reason why I scan with like such a high DPI is because on the off chance that I wanted to print this out bigger, at least bigger than this, it won't be, you know, out of focus or pixely. There's like a watermark here. I'm gonna go super tiny with this. Like so. Nice. This part is like one of the most satisfying to me, like when I look at the before and after, because it seems like something that you wouldn't notice. Like you look at it from far away and you're questioning like, why even edit these things out? But then when you look at it like as a whole, it makes such a big difference. Another reason why I love this image is just by looking at it, it feels like I'm there. Like they're in the middle of playing a game, whatever that may be, and there's just so much going on. My great grandma is just standing in the middle of it watching them, and then my mom is just standing here. Is she like on a playphone? Yeah, she's like talking on a playphone. If any of you are proficient in Photoshop and photo retouching and you have any pointers for me, that'd be really appreciated. I just love learning, so if there's anything I can improve on, that'd be awesome. Because I know for sure there's gotta be something that I'm doing weird that could be like easily fixed. So the last thing that I totally forgot to do is, I hope this isn't a big mistake that I'm making, but I like going into my curves and then I go into red, green, and blue and I add just like a tiny bit of it to the shadows. So what happens is when I go into red and I move this one inwards, it brings some green into the shadows, and then when I do the green, it brings some red into the shadows, which seems counterintuitive because like they would cancel each other out, but it really adds dimension to the shadows. I would say. I'm on the second time filming this. Please go easy on me. And then when I go into blue and then I add some to the shadows, it adds like red, or it adds orange to the shadows. So look at that. Tell me that doesn't look dimensional. Final step. We are almost done. Something fun about filming this process is that like right now this looks good to me. She is very gorgeous to me, but I know for sure like 2 years from now I'm gonna look back at this and be like, why did I do it this way? So it's a good learning experience. Now I'm going to ungroup them, Command-Shift-G, and then I'm going to add the final unsharp mask. Let's see how much that does. I don't know. Yeah, so this is the final image with the unsharp mask added. My grandma will be happy with it, and I'll be able to print it like pretty big if I wanted to, just because of the high DPI I shot at. Oh, would you look at that? I zoomed it into a pen mark, which is no longer there. Anyway. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I can't wait to get it printed for my grandma so she can frame it and enjoy the image in its proper glory. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was, if not informative, at least entertaining, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye!
Ha?
Magtelepono yan, Bea Kaket.
Hey.
Tatatadalan mo kanya na ako. Makapakanina balon mo.